Hi guys, and thank you for joining me once again. Let us have a look at the weekend games. Arsenal are going to be hosting Sunderland, and it's such an important game. This is such an important game. We came out from midweek having newly gone into a final after such a long time. We're going to be playing a final at Wembley in the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, and it is going to be Manchester City we are going to be facing. These are probably our nemesis. The last time we played them in the final, though, we hammered them quite comfortably, if I must say. My problem with playing Manchester City is psychological, my own anxieties, my own inferiority complex. Otherwise, we've got all it takes to hammer them. Our midfield, our defense, everything, we've got everything to contain them. So I am not super worried about the final. I think we should be fine. Now, when it comes to the Premier League, guys, hey, if Arsenal beat Sunderland this weekend, we are good. Let me see the table. Let me show you guys the table. If Arsenal beat Sunderland this weekend, this Saturday, because Manchester City are playing Liverpool on Sunday for Super Sunday, we beat them. We are currently 6 points ahead. If we beat Sunderland, we are going to be 9 points ahead. And Manchester City notoriously have got a bad record against Liverpool. If they lose, we're going to be 9 points ahead of Manchester City. And that could be it. Well, that could be it, not because we have won it, but because it would be really tough for Manchester City to basically get better results than Arsenal throughout. We are definitely going to drop some points here and there. We've got some crazy games coming along, which will always challenge us. And we are going to play Manchester City as well. And it's going to be in Manchester. Is it Manchester? Anyway, I think it's going to be Manchester. We are playing them. But regardless, the fact is, with Manchester City, we can get a draw from them. It's psychological. The way Arsenal played Manchester United is the way I think we've got that apprehension with Manchester City. And it's not a completely bad thing. It's something we are going to grow out of. I think next season we are going to have more confidence. We'll not only be beating the smaller teams, we'll be beating the big teams as well. So let us have a quick look at how live score think we're going to line up. They've just put out the lineups we put out when we played Chelsea. And of course, remember, we've got some funny injuries in the team. Odegaard will have felt an ego, so he didn't play against Chelsea. Who else? We had a few. Oh, Saka as well seems to be out injured. I don't know how long he'll be out. But I feel, even Timber apparently hasn't joined training on Friday's training session, so he might be out. We'll see what happens. So in goal, it is not going to be Kepa. It's going to be David Raya. We know that. And there's this argument before we go ahead about who's going to be playing in the final in goal. Would it be Kepa or Raya? Honestly, if Arteta knows what's good for him, he should not get too excited and start thinking of number one. He should play Kepa in goal, 100%. It's not just about this season. If you are going to try and build a reputation and a character and a legacy at this club, you better be loyal to your players. And loyalty in this case is important. Kepa definitely not better than Raya, 100%. We all know that. But he has earned that final. He has taken us to this final by his exploits. Let Raya get us to the final of the Champions League. Then he can play that. Even the FA Cup. I don't know who's playing the FA Cup. I think it's Kepa as well in the FA Cup. So Raya will take us to the Champions League final. That's his job. He should focus on it. But this is Kepa's this is basically Kepa's tournament, so let him take us there. Right. In the Premier League, though, let's go back to Sunderland. Arsenal, Sunderland will have Raya in goal, I've got a feeling. And the back four, if Timber is still not back, we'll have Ben White. We've got Saliba and Gabi, and Pierre Nkapie, who, by the way, has been magnificent. He's not error-free, and he doesn't have that fluidity of Calafiori on that wing, but this guy can put in a shift. This guy is strong. How old is he? I think he's like 21 or something crazy like that. He moves big. He moves and the thing is, his presence sometimes gets drowned out because we've got all these other players who we've been loyal to for such a long time, like Big Gabi and Saliba. Look at how amazing does Saliba look. These guys just need to convince themselves that they literally are the best in the world. They're hearing it, but I don't think they actually believe it. They need to sort that attitude out quickly because they are the real deal. But Nkapia has come in and he's just, he fits in anywhere. He fits in anywhere and he puts in a shift. He is one of those people. I think he might be a Capricorn because this guy can do anything. I bet you if you put him up front, he can even play center forward. Crazy guy. So if Odegaard doesn't play, I do prefer Odegaard in midfield for the creativity because we really lack creativity quite a lot. Eze's performance against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup might not have been flashy, but he is under instructions to keep things tight, to be controlled. We cannot just have a player doing whatever they want. This is just the way Arteta works. He cannot go and do the things he was doing at Crystal Palace. You have seen can you imagine, just imagine yourselves, the way things work at Arsenal. Every inch of grass is accounted for. And for the first time in his career, his football professional playing career, Eze is having to do as he's told. And I think he's taking this as an opportunity. So as much as everyone is complaining that, oh, he's not an Arteta player, this guy is having to run from minute A to minute Z. He has to transition. In transition, he has to transition back and forth. Imagine how hard that would be. Instead of just focusing on creating opportunities, you have to protect your defenses. You have to protect your wings. There's not only a lot of physicality, there's also a lot of psychological play there. He has to think every minute of the game. It is hard work. I feel for him. But I hope he starts because we need him to start more games. We are in February now. By the time we get to February, March, April, we are going to need match fit players, and Eze has to be one of them. Zubamendi, as you know, you guys, me and Zubamendi, I don't understand his value to the team. I actually see it when he scores. Of course, everyone scores. You're like, hey, great stuff. But like where I can see where Eze is lacking and where he's doing stuff with Zubamendi, he needs to be a lot more confident in his ability and his place in the team, and his responsibilities in the Premier League. He also needs to start understanding how demonic these Premier League teams are. These guys do not stop. They are going to be, especially you remember how Sunderland did us when we went to Sunderland a few months ago, the Stadium of Light. They were on our case. It was a nightmare. And Zubamendi has struggled a lot when we face teams who press us, who pressure us. So yeah, hopefully he'll be there. In terms of creativity, he's definitely not the most helper. He won't help us much in creativity. And I always feel like Declan Rice has to do a lot more work to help him out. I think he has to do a lot more defensive work to help him out. That is why sometimes, and even like Deck, every time they interview him, how did it go, Deck? He'll be like, I'm knackered. Did you hear him say he was knackered last season? No, because he wasn't. He was just doing his job. Because Partey was doing his job and he was handling business. I really wish it was possible to have a player of Partey's ability and stature to play in there so that at least he can help out Zubamendi and Rice, because Rice is basically doing the Lord's work at this moment. He needs double bonuses at the end of the season. And then right wing, we've got Noni Madueke there. He has had a great opportunity with Saka's injuries. Our biggest issues the last few years were because every time Saka went off injured, our season was over. Our season was over every time Saka went off injured, but now it's not the case because we've got a different kind of player who comes in and he creates havoc. Even when Saka is fit and is playing, bring Noni in. Noni is going to create havoc. He'll be making direct runs. And yeah, to be honest, I haven't missed Saka that much in terms of playing. I really love him, and I think he is definitely an Arsenal legend in the making. But the addition of Noni Madueke, for me, has been absolutely brilliant. Honestly, that is how we are maintaining everything. I mean, it doesn't always work 100%, but even in games where it doesn't work, even the Chelsea game, in the second half when we came in and we're thinking, oh, Noni hasn't done much in the first half. Second half starts, he starts making different kinds of runs, and it's like, oh, what's happened here? So he's got something Saka doesn't have. He's very unpredictable. He's not as accurate. He's not as lethal, but he is surprising and it causes issues in the back. On the wing, I think we should definitely see Leandro Trossard instead of Martinelli. You know, me and Martinelli, Martinelli is a European kind of game player, but he was incredible midweek against Chelsea. He ran from minute A to minute Z. He always plays well against Manchester City and Chelsea. Those are his types of games. I think because they don't give us a lot of respect, those two, so they do whatever they want. They're not thinking about defending and so those are the best games to play Martinelli. And he can come on as a substitute, either that or for me, Martinelli, like I say, for me, he is more a central player than he is good on the wing. He's not a very good dribbler. He's very fast though. He's brutally fast, so that's great. Up front, should we have Kai Havertz or should we have Gyökeres? I think we should go for Gyökeres. We need to maintain it and we also need to protect Kai Havertz. He's just come back from injury. We need Kai Havertz to continue his recovery, to basically phase him into like games. This game against Sunderland is going to be quite physical, personally, I think. We've also got Gabriel Jesus. Now, he has been pretty good since he's come back. He's very lethal on goal. He's great. He definitely should come on as a replacement for somebody like Trossard early on. If we're doing well, put him in like the 60-something minute and let him come and get some game time. We do have the next 3 months and 4 more tournaments. We are basically playing 4 tournaments. He will have his chance to play. And yeah, so that's how we should line up for Sunderland. Sunderland, this is their predicted lineup. This is how they lined up in their previous match. And it was Robin Roth in goal, Mandava, Ballard. I remember Ballard. He's the one who scored against us, isn't it? From a corner or something. Anyway, he was really good. Former Arsenal player, used to be in our academy. Then this Getruda Mukiele, who has been a sensation. I've seen him in certain games where he has just been so solid and unforgiving. So Arsenal will have to use all sorts of crazy tricks to get past this defensive line. A midfield of Mando, Lefay, Sadiki, and Hume, and Broby, who, by the way, scored against us in the first leg earlier in the season. And Mayenda should be lining up. Now, I don't know where. Oh, Granit Xhaka apparently has got an ankle injury. I don't know how serious that is, so maybe things are going to change. But it really helps that Granit Xhaka is not playing, because every time our players play against us, they have got this added which is really annoying. So that is how we are going to line up. Who do I think is going to win? I literally think we barely lose at the Emirates. I think the first game we lost at the Emirates this season, the Premier League, has been against Manchester United, which is disgusting. And honestly, it makes me physically sick even now that we lost that match. But it happens. So I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. I think it might be narrow. It would be nice if we could do 4-0 again against Sunderland. Well, like we did against Leeds. But unlikely, maybe a 3-1. Are we going to concede? I'm not sure we're going to concede if we have that strong back four. But I think we can do a 3-0 or a 3-1. It won't be too bad, because all we need is 3 points on that table so that we can start pulling away from some of these teams. It's about time we created a good gap. Let's have a quick look at some of the other games that are going to be going on. So we've got a Friday night game, Leeds versus Nottingham Forest. Leeds have been good. I hope they win. I do like Leeds, actually. And when they were beaten by Arsenal, their fans and their players all said the same thing. They really were, they really gave us praise instead of this fake narrative of Arsenal being boring. Arsenal are certainly the most exciting team in the Premier League right now. In fact, in world football, we are doing things other people have never done. Managers cannot manage how we are playing. They don't have a clue how to approach it. They've never seen an approach like this, because they do not have the ability to even think the way good old Arteta thinks. And it was a compliment, and I respect them for that. Saturday early kickoff, Manchester United are going to be playing Tottenham Hotspurs. This is going to be really interesting. Let's see how Carrick handles this game, because he has had the 3 good wins on the bounces he has started. Let us see how he does against Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham have been playing better away from home as well. So it's going to be interesting, but I would personally go for a Manchester United win. Only because you know what? I love their team. Honestly, I love like you've got Ahmad, you've got Mbuemo, you've got Cunha, even Bruno, it seems to be doing well. They've basically simplified everything. 4-4-2 guys, and then do what you want. Basically think for yourselves. He's not holding them down to foolish, strict regimes. He's basically saying, you know what, you guys are playing. That's Carrick. You're playing the way you're playing. Go and do what needs to be done. Of course, with training, there's definitely it, but I think he's allowing them some autonomy to be. He basically said, you know what, the only thing I want you guys to do is win. So I've got a feeling Manchester United should be able to beat Tottenham. It might be a draw, maybe, but I don't see it. Man U for the win. They've had a rest. The last time they played was Fulham. And I don't think they've played for like 10 days or something. Or has it been a week? I don't know. It feels longer than that. And then Aston Villa are going to go away to Bournemouth now. I don't know how this will go. Aston Villa shockingly dropped some points the last game they played in the Premier League. I personally thought they were going to be a bit more dangerous than Manchester City to our title ambitions. But I think it's coming to that time in the season where Unai Emery inevitably will start feeling the pressure and it's going to start falling apart. I still think Aston Villa can win this. I'm going to go for an Aston Villa win. And then Burnley, West Ham, 3 o'clock kickoff as well. West Ham almost surprised Chelsea with a 3-2 loss. They were 2-0 up, conceded. Burnley also, I don't know. I don't know. It might be a draw this one. Everton, Fulham. Fulham, Everton. I'm going to go for a Fulham win. I do like both teams. I think Everton are a better side, but since Fulham are at home, I'm going to go for a Fulham win. But, David Moyes is a very, very experienced manager. He knows how to get points where he needs to get them. He knows he'll struggle with the Chelseas, the Arsenals, the Liverpools and stuff. But when he goes to these small teams, he's going to collect those points because he's not going to be too close to the relegation zone. He's too much. He's too big of a pro, this guy. Wolves are going to be hosting Chelsea. And after I saw of Chelsea, if Liam Rosinia doesn't overthink everything like he did against Arsenal and try to out Ateta, ridiculous, he's going to beat Wolves easily. So I'm going to go for a Chelsea away win here. Newcastle United versus Brentford. I do like Brentford. They usually do us a favor, but I think Newcastle United are going to be a little bit too good for them. They really played so badly against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Went in, they were down 3-0 in the first half, looking ridiculous and pathetic. So I think they'll be trying to recover because Brentford are not exactly Manchester City. Like I said, Manchester City is it's a psychological battle more than anything else. On Sunday, we have got two games. Early game on Super Sunday will be Brighton versus Crystal Palace. This should be a very interesting game for the neutrals to see. It's one of those games I really enjoy watching these kinds of games because it's so balanced. Both teams probably similar shape, similar profiles. Crystal Palace have been depleted, and I think their manager is trying to leave at the end of the season because he's fed up of his whole squad being ripped to shreds. So, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to go for a Brighton win, home win. Now, Liverpool versus Manchester City is a crazy, crazy fixture, you guys, because of what it means. Manchester City need to win this, and they're already 6 points behind Arsenal. So the pressure. I know they've won it a million times and they've insisted to say, oh, we're going to, Liverpool are the defending champions, who basically their defense of their championship has been diabolical, to be honest. They've had a horrendous time of the defense of their championship. But Manchester City are going to go there and they're going to try their best. But honestly, it's not a good game for Manchester City because they always struggle against Liverpool. And it's one of those games where they draw and they pat themselves on the back. Oh, you're such wonderful competitors. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, you gave us heated towels. It's really ridiculous. Honestly, these two I've never seen. It's not even a rivalry. They might as well, they'll probably share the same dressing room if they could. You cannot basically say they even compete against each other. Certainly, Liverpool are going to win, but when they win, doubt they will even celebrate it. It's one of those things, whatever. But Manchester City needs to go and win this match. A lot of Liverpool fans and like Tottenham fans have made it clear that they want to win. They do not want to be doing anyone any favors. They want Manchester City to win on their own merits instead of the Tottenham fans who basically have got a very warped view of competition. They don't even understand it, I think. So these guys have got bigger problems than we can imagine. So yeah, I am going to go for I think Liverpool are going to win it. If they don't win, it's going to be a draw. But honestly, yeah, the Manchester, let's see the potential lineups. Let's have a look at Liverpool's potential lineups. So Alisson, Sovaslai, who is one of my favorite Liverpool players, he's somebody, honestly, Arteta, Berta, Andre Berta, in when the season ends, please, can you do some poaching? You know, kidnap him, will defend you. Will defend you. So that's like, I love. I think, what's his name must be injured. Connor Bradley must be injured. So, what is this injury from Connor? Knee injury. So, yeah, Sovaslai might be starting in that position. Konate, Virgil van Dijk, they had a terrible start to the season as a partnership. I don't know what was going on with them. Kerkez gets cooked badly by any Arsenal player. So he's going to struggle on that side because you're going to have Semenyo there. And then who else plays on that side? Not Sherky. When Sherky comes on, if he starts, he's going to be he'll kill Kerkez if he's not careful. But this holding midfield duo of Gravenberch and McAllister, for me, I love that combination. I love that combination. I feel like when these two are playing for Liverpool, everything is much more relaxed. Gravenberch is one of the best holding midfielders in the Premier League. I've always rated him so highly because like nothing is going to happen even when we play Liverpool. I even know we are going to have problems because of this guy. In McAllister, just something happens. So anyway, we are going to have Cody Gakpo, Florent Wirtz probably, and Mo Salah as the other midfielders, and Hugo Ekitike up front, who has been absolutely brilliant, I think, for Liverpool this season. He's done a great job for them. Can score a goal for fun. Let us also have a look at the Manchester City lineup, possible lineup. Right. So let us have a look at how Manchester City lined up in their previous match against Tottenham Hotspur. So Donnarumma in goal, and then Ait Nouri, Gehi, Kusanov, and Nunes. Nico Riley, Rodri. Now, honestly, this combination is ridiculous. Nico Riley, these guys are very immature, very young, not as experienced. So they will do great when most of that midfield is full of the experienced players. But sometimes I think they get put under so much pressure and they crumble a bit. Ended up drawing to Tottenham 2-2, which was pretty surprising, but whatever. Because they were 2-0 up. So it was ridiculous. And then Antoine Semenyo, who I think has done a really good job fitting into this side, scoring every game. He's definitely not the whole solution, in my opinion, and I don't think he is actually Manchester City standard. He just isn't, in my opinion. I mean, not even standard, profile. The player profile for Manchester City is not Antoine Semenyo, in my opinion. I don't know. Bernardo Silva, Cherki, Erling Haaland, who, by the way, hasn't been firing on all cylinders in the last few games, but he still has got a great, great record this season. Earlier in the season, he was scoring for fun. He has scored 1 million goals, assisted. Basically, he's been Erling Haaland, but he has not been probably contributing as well in the last few games. So what does this mean, this match between Liverpool and City? Like I said, I'm going to go for a Liverpool win. It could be anything, it could be a draw. Whatever happens, if City drop any points, it will be a complete disaster for them because it will give Arsenal so much momentum, so much confidence, so much belief. And that's something that no one wants to see, I think, in the Premier League except us, Arsenal fans. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. Absolutely, because we deserve a break and we need to take advantage of this opportunity. So it's absolutely sensational. And I think it's going to happen. Guys, before we go into this weekend, here is the table once again. And yeah, this is how it looks like. Let's see at the end of the weekend how it will look like. I am keeping my fingers crossed that Arsenal are going to be 9 points ahead by the end of the weekend. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think the results are going to be, and then we'll catch up very soon. Guys, I'll be seeing you pretty soon. See you later, and thanks for joining me once again. Bye bye.